Austin Peay head coach Scotty Walden, the Governors played nationally ranked FBS opponent Ole Miss. 54-17 was the final score in that game in Oxford on Saturday. They're going to be home. First home game of the year, Morehead State, Saturday afternoon. The Govs 19th in the stats perform poll. So, Coach, just some thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, good morning, Kyle. Good to see you another week, and hope everybody's doing well. Coming off a tough loss to Ole Miss. And again, I told our team after the game a couple of things. I told them in the locker room was, we're never going to celebrate a loss. I mean, I don't care who it's against. I mean, we're not going to say, hey, we're happy we lost. I mean, we're competitors. We and nobody gave us a chance in that game, but coaching staff and players, we believed we could win. We expected to win, and we went in and played that way. We threw everything out of the we pulled things out of the hat. We tried an onside kick. We tried go through deep shots. We challenged. There's no way you can watch that film and say that that the Austin Peay State Governors didn't challenge them. And we challenged them there. Give Coach Kiffin and his staff a ton of credit. I got a ton of respect for them, not just because they're a SEC school, but because they do it the right way and they play physical and they got a really good team. I think Corral is. I've said it numerous times, but I think he's an NFL football player without a doubt in my mind. And they were a lot bigger up front than what we thought. I mean, we knew on paper they, were bigger, just in person, the size and them coming off the ball was pretty impressive. But our guys, it's not always about the end result. It's about the process. It's about what we learned and how we did things. And I've been beat 54-17 before in a totally different way than how we got beat this past weekend. I walked off that field feeling like we went to war with a football team that was fearless. I didn't feel like that. We walked on that field and guys the moment was too big, or we felt like, we were just, man, we're just here for the experience. I felt like guys were competing and that was indicative. Even going into the fourth quarter, Kobe Perry, number 4, our bandit, unbelievable young man and a physical football player in that last drive. The game's already out of hand. He could have let up on a guy, man. He stoned their running back down there in the red zone and tried to hold him to a field goal. And we won the fourth quarter, won 7-3 in the fourth. And, but you have to take, as a coach, you have to take the little victories and be able to teach lessons from the game and be able to learn from them before we get into conference play. And so I'm very pleased in terms of our effort and in terms of, our approach to the game. I thought we handled it the right way. We went into it. We never quit. We never got down. We never turned on each other. We stayed red and black. And we kept fighting. And that's what I wanted to see when things started to go the wrong way as a head coach. And I saw that. And I think we got a group of fighters and leaders that know we have a good football team and know that, we can be a really good team if we'll execute. And again, give Ole Miss credit, but 6 out of their 6 touchdowns, we only contested 2 of them. And that's where we're focused on this week cleaning up, is not allowing missed assignments, miscommunications to hurt us. And for us, on the defensive side, when you do that on the defensive end, it changes the scoreboard. On the offensive side, you can mess up and it might be a penalty or it might be 2nd and 17, but it's not going to be a turnover, a game-changing play, and so it's not going to change the scoreboard. So we have to eliminate those mistakes. We can't turn the ball over against a great football team. But we learned a ton from it. We put it behind us, and now we're focused on Morehead State in our home opener, and really looking forward to getting in our home stadium and defending our home turf.
You said first off, if anybody has questions, let me know that in the chat. I will call on you. You don't want to lose the game, but you've played 2 nationally ranked opponents, an FCS and an FBS. Is that your motto? You got to play better teams to get your team better, and you've obviously played 2 really good teams so far.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle, at the end of the day, I mean, I learned one thing early in my career. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And so I'm good with it. We want to play the best out there, and we want to go compete with the best out there. And that's something we're not going to back down from in this program. We're not being facetious, and we're not being, cocky or anything like that. We're going to play with confidence, and we're going to believe that we can win, and we're going to go compete. That's what, if my son, when he gets older, man, and we play a game of checkers, like I'm gonna whoop him. Like I don't want to let it. I'm not gonna let him win. I mean, I'm gonna compete with him because I want him to grow up and learn how to compete, and that's what I want out of our team. That's the mindset. So yes, it is something that we believe in. Is, we want to go play the best, and we want to, because I think we want to show this program, that we want to be a consistent winner. We want to also show that the OVC, is a real deal conference, and there's a lot of good football teams in this league, and we want to be able to go prove that to other people. And so, yeah, we have a chip on our shoulder.
So more, you mentioned home opener, you're playing Morehead State. Last spring probably wasn't ideal for anybody in some limited capacities. You're going to have as many fans as can come. Can you talk about that excitement and your team, your first experience as Austin Peay's head coach in that atmosphere?
Yeah, we're doing the coaches show last night, and I said, hey, this is like my first home game. I don't even count the spring because, I mean, we didn't have Stash Street, we didn't have Tailgate Alley. We've set a record for season ticket sales here at Austin Peay. The Tailgate Alley is all sold out now. Stash Street is supposed to be just on and going crazy, and we're gonna get to do Gov Walk for the first time. Be my first time doing Gov Walk, so I'm gonna be like a little kid in a candy store. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're just excited. Out of we gotta, and I know there's a lot of teams in our conference that have hard schedules, but we have a rough schedule in terms of out of the first 4 games for us before we start conference. We only got one home game. This is it, and so when we go out there on Saturday, that'll be our first home game, and then we go to EKU the next week, and then we start conference play. It's something where we want to take care of business at home, and we want to defend Forterra Stadium. I challenged our fans. Our attendance record is 12,102. I've challenged them to break it on Saturday, and I hope we do. Because we got 156,000 people that live here in Clarksville, and I don't see why we can't have 13,000 of them out of those 156. That ain't, I'm not a math guy, but that ain't a very high percentage that needs to come to Forterra Stadium to come out to the game and support the Govs. It'll be 2 p.m., a beautiful day. And so we're really looking forward to it.
What do you expect from Morehead? They play James Madison, who's one of the best teams in the FCS, and they play a non-Division one. They obviously traditionally like to throw the ball and a lot. So your thoughts on the Eagles?
I'll tell you, watching film, Kyle, this team, anytime you're playing a team that's coming off a victory, 62-9, 62-10, I believe it was, and they had like 630 yards of total offense. They held point to 200 yards. I mean, just under 200 yards of total offense. I don't care who you play. When you dominate like that, like you got momentum. You got momentum, and so we're going to play a football team. I told our guys this morning. The past 3 years, Austin Peay always like it's teams that I'm not familiar with, the teams that I haven't played. I always like to look in the past and see what the history's been. And the past 3 years, Austin Peay has beat Morehead State. But before that, Morehead State won those previous 7 meetings. So you're talking about a team that their mindset is, they're going to come in here to Forterra Stadium and they're used to winning. And their quarterback is more than capable. I give him a ton of credit. I believe his last, I hope I don't butcher his last name. I believe his last name is Pappas. Mark Pappas. He is a really good quarterback. And I'm telling you, before the snap, he can dissect you. He knows what coverage you're in, and he knows where to go with the ball. And man, their little receiver Bird, number 1, is a real dude. He is a real. We're gonna have to try to eliminate him from the game. He even though James Madison, they didn't put up as many points as they wanted. He had a great game against James Madison. I always look at a team's field goal block unit, Kyle, to see like what type of mentality they have as a program. And so the first thing I did, I went and watched their field goal block unit against JMU. They did not stop. They kept coming. They kept coming off the rock. They kept coming off the ball. And man, when you see that, I'm like, man, that's a well-coached team that gives great effort. So I think they got a great program. I think their coaches, they've been there a long time. They know their kids. They know the culture there. And man, it's going to be a challenge. And so we just came off the practice field, and I felt like we had an average day. We're going to have to pick it up tomorrow if we want to win.
Last one, you all like to play fast. They want to play fast. How many plays are going to be run this game then if both teams want to play like that?
I hope the Govs run like 100 plays, and I hope they run like 40. That's what I hope, man. I don't know if that's true. They're gonna happen or not, but we want to snap it as many times as possible. Just simple math, man. The more opportunities you get to snap the ball, the more chances you get to score. And if you're sustaining first downs like we were last week, we had 26 first downs, 17 at halftime. If we can sustain first downs, your defense will stay fresh, and that's what we're predicated on. And so we want to sustain drives, do better on third downs this week and that. But they do the same thing, and they're going to throw it around the yard. We challenged our DBs today. Our DBs are going to get challenged, and I know they're looking forward to the opportunity. They're itching at the bit after last week, get to go, hopefully make some plays when that ball is in the air.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck on Saturday. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Kyle. Y'all have a good one, guys. Thanks.